Boom! How's it going, folks? How's it going? You already know the waves, and it is about that time. You see that thing right there? You see that on the laptop in the back? Listen, it's the game plan. It's the game plan. I don't know if you guys can see it very clearly, but it's a little something, something. That's topic number 10. Topic number 10. But, you already know what it is, man. It's the Royal High Table, episode 4. Let me turn this camera right around. Y'all already know what it is, man. Lights, camera, action. We are here, alright? Y'all already know the waves. It is Zachariah White, a.k.a. Big Daddy Drip. Back at it like it's nothing with this drip in the sauce, because I am the boss. I am back and we are here. Like I said, this is the 4th episode. Thank the Lord for that. Thank the Lord. I mean, hey, it ain't every day. I mean, I ain't gonna make it dark or whatnot, but shoot, hey, every day is a blessing, every second's a blessing, every millisecond, all that. We gotta appreciate it, right? Hold on, let me fix it a little bit. Let me fix it a little bit. I don't quite know how it's looking or whatnot, but I guess I'll see, once I'm finished recording. But like I said, y'all already know it's the Royal High Table, and when you come to sit here, whatnot, we congregate, we eat, we chop it up, we talk, we do all that. Everybody is a king or queen in some regard or another, and y'all already know. I mean, a custom of ours is that you bring your crowns and you put it on, and show the world, man, show the world, let the world know. Hell, if you ain't gonna let the world know, shoot, nobody else may not either. So but with that being said, allow me to lead the way. It feels just right. Alright. But listen, it's Thursday. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. It's 11:36. I spent a good bit of time, I guess, I didn't really type out like all the finer details of the points. I tried to just I guess put like the summary or keywords and all of that. But yeah, there's a number of them. Like I said, I got 10 of them. Some of these I feel like I could talk a good bit about for a while. I'm probably talking a good bit now, but you know what, matter of fact, let me stop drawing things out. Let me just get right on to it. I'll try and pick up from where we left off. Damn, do I want to pick up from where we left off? Okay, we'll forget it. I'll try and get through it rather quickly. The last question that I was answering in the last episode of the Royal High Table was really like, what movie would I like to see? Or it says like, what movie do you wish your life was? Right, and I'll just be frank with you guys. The ideas that I had were Central Intelligence, the Black Panther, Django Unchained, what else? Thor, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers the Endgame. I won't hold you, superhero stuff. But there is a reason to it. There's a good reason, definitely. I've already explained Central Intelligence and the Black Panther. Those are, and really Thor also falls in with it. I'm definitely very big on anything royalty related. Obviously I see myself as a king or whatnot, but really more so, I really want to try to do my best to actually to actualize it, to I guess conduct myself in the best way that I see fit, for a king. So just really anything. Again, Black Panther, obviously, you got T'Challa, you have Killmonger, again, two kings or whatnot, very different styles. Thor, also another king, also a god as well. What's it called? The god of thunder, or at least Marvel's version of it, anyway. And I'll say that that's something that, well, not being like a god, but more so, again, this is that royalty, that royalty piece or whatnot that really sticks out to me. That's sort of kind of how I would prefer my life to be. It's like it, not only that, but it just seems throughout the entirety, just as T'Challa was, T'Challa's main responsibility was caring after, was essentially, you know, doing everything he could in the betterment to take care of the people of Wakanda. That was essentially the same, the same thing that Thor had to do for the people of Asgard. So I'll always, again, that's always. And here's the thing. The I'm trying to think. The first couple movies of the Thor, I saw them, but my memory on it is not the best. But I've definitely seen Ragnarok, and Ragnarok is one. He's definitely it is more so of a coming back to Earth sort of kind of thing, and basically, rediscovering himself, finding himself again, and then ascending back to where he once was. As far as the Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, really more so this is like, part one, part two, obviously, because really all the movies are connected. But funny enough, I don't know if people might consider this weird, but I would prefer, the fact that, again, there was so many freaking all-stars, so many freaking stars everywhere, key. I'm not talking about key actors. I'm talking about this superhero, that superhero, yada yada yada, that's really freaking awesome. that would be nice to have in real life, and have that on a regular occasion, right? But more so, I was thinking about in Infinity War, essentially because of the fact that they lost, right? And this was this was a loss that really stung. I'm not gonna say it was a stunning loss. It wasn't an upset. All right, Thanos is the real deal. All right, it is definitely not an upset, but I guess within, again, why I would like my life to be like that as well. I mean, we need you need. Just throughout in life, again, you definitely need the sunny days, and you definitely need the days of the rain. You need the days of the mud. You need the days of the snow. All of it, to be honest with you, even again, the stuff that people don't like, that I don't like, or that perhaps someone trying to on the mission to avoid pain, to just be comfortable and all of that. I'll say, again, anything really that sort of kind of challenges that is sort of kind of like vegetables. We don't quite like all the vegetables, but hey, they're good for us. And I'll say, at least for me anyway, a number of stuff, not everything, but even the things that tend to be like, oh, I gotta do that or whatnot. It makes me want to do that even more, just because I have to do that in order to grow. So that's something that I want to go through, and well, I think that it's definitely a must, especially something as big as that. And not only that, but hell, it prepared them for the comeback, which was why I like the end game, because it's the bounce back from the loss as well. So being able to be resilient enough to reverse the effects of whatever negative outcome or negative action that basically occurred. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, not only that, but even being able to also even transcend that loss, even for whatever benefits, whatever gains, whatever positive occurrences to occur as a result or after that point, to transcend the degree to which it is positive, the degree to which it is good or beneficial or whatnot, in comparison to that of whatever setback was suffered, if that makes sense to you guys. Now, I won't hold y'all. Oh, Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. I didn't want to spend too much time on like this type of question just because I already talked a good bit about it. The last time around, the last movie that I would say is Django Unchained, just because, man, hey, yo, Django was a bona fide. Bro, hey, my dog was out there wilding. He was out there wilding for real. Um, I think it's more so, again, especially during the time of slavery, there weren't a whole lot of people standing up to. There weren't a whole lot of people standing up to slave owners or whatnot. So just that consideration, like that piece right there of like being like a rarity, like going against the grain, and not only that, but it ultimately, having a good effect or whatnot on some people. Not obviously not the people committing any misconduct or transgressions, but for the people that are suffering, they end up benefiting and whatnot in one way or another. I may end up coming back to that again just to explain a bit more. But I am going to get on to the next topic question. I may not be able. Yeah, no. I may not be able to get through all of these, but another question that I sort of like found or came up with or whatnot. Again, the source was Conversation Starters World. Shout out to them. But a question that I saw was, what was your favorite book? And this was this was tricky. This was tricky. I've read, being within the IB program, specifically the IB program at Dunbar High School. Shout out to them in Fort Myers. I read a lot of notable books. They were very, very interesting. I know. Hey, listen, I've always, like, with regards to, like, me being a student and whatnot, I've always been like, I did my best to try to be involved within the class, and especially, be one that speaks and articulates myself. But these were ones, like some of the texts that I'm about to talk about, like they were ones that, like, yo, like I was really getting into. And the funny thing is, I'm not saying I'm so far removed. I'm only a sophomore in college. Well, shoot, I don't know. I guess technically a junior, going by the whole what's on the my.fsu website thing, but some of these texts, like, again, I remember, like, again, speaking a good bit about them, talking with my classmates during class about them. I do not remember all the stuff. Some of them I remember, like, I remember a lot. Some of them I don't. But there's like at least a couple characters that I'm like, okay, I know for a fact, like, yo, these two, like, there is a key event within a plot that, like, yo, like, bam, like, these two people or these three people, like, they are important because this happened, and this is like the climax of whatever story. So, hold up, just one moment. Let me see how I'm doing on time. Wow, I just burned off like 13 minutes. It's all okay. It's okay. It's all good. But anyway, so one of the, like, I know, and the question obviously is like, what is your favorite? To be honest with you, my answer is I can't even call a favorite. All right, I really can't call a favorite, just because, like I said, again, there's like, it would almost be like, not if you were to ask me this question now, just because I'm not like in tune with the NFL, but it would almost be like if you were to ask me ask me when I was like in elementary school, like, what was my favorite team? I couldn't tell you what my favorite team was because, like, I knew a whole bunch of players or whatnot, just on all the different teams, and they were all really good. And so it was like, okay, like Chris Johnson's Chris Johnson, I really like Chris Johnson. He's my favorite running back, right? But Adrian Peterson is my second favorite running back as well. And it's like, and their teams are, so at the moment, they're like sort of kind of set pretty even, right? But then again, the Steelers are doing pretty well. So yeah, so that effect right there, it's like, okay. Like, I like this story because, this particular, these motifs, these concepts are what really played out. that's what I remember most about this text. But this text was also something interesting because I remember this, like, and this is what really drew my attention and kept me intrigued throughout the entire way. But anyway, all right, enough with the generalities. All right, the first text that I made note of was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. All right, shout out to, I believe we, no. Let me stop saying I believe. I know. Shout out to Miss Kazire. All right, and I keep giving out like people, you know, like shout outs to different people, but yeah, I did. Like I remember coming into, well, Miss Slafer slash Miss Kazire. I remember that was the first book that we read senior year. Coming in, I'm talking about like we had to read it over the summer, and coming in, and we would like, you know, and then we get into all the activities, all the what's it called, all the assignments, all the discussions about it. What I remember the most, like I just have two characters written down, right? I have Randall McMurphy and I have Nurse Ratched, right? Those two characters, very, very important to the text overall, because you have Randall McMurphy, who is the lead protagonist, right? Not only that, he's like head honcho. I remember like the very first memory or moments or whatnot that he had within the text was, again, like this, the setting is like, it all the story, it takes place within like a mental hospital, right? And Randall McMurphy, like, he comes in, and then I think he's like, he challenged like whoever was the so-called leader within, amongst the people within the mental hospital. He came up and challenged him. He was like, hey, now listen. He basically was like, yo, I'm gonna be running things from now, and if you have a problem with that, then we can settle it like men. We could settle it like men with the fisticuffs. All right. But yeah, and you know, it didn't need to come to that, because the person in charge was he was like a smart person. Like he was relatively smart, but I think from what I remember, I don't even remember. Damn, Chester Walnut. I don't know. Maybe was that his name? That may have been his name. I might be thinking of another text. But I do know they basically, the author of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest basically made him docile, and I even like remember like him having a wife, and his wife not really, you know, not liking him, or, you know, not giving him respect just because, I don't know, something about, and I think that's what really got me. That's what really got me within the, like, you know, just interested within the text, was like I felt like, not that I felt like, my apologies. I'm gonna correct myself a lot, especially you know, especially I'm going through doing a good bit of talking, but like, I know for a fact, like a major, like a major theme, two major themes within these texts were masculinity and feminism, right? Like those were two major components, and it was unfortunate, like seeing the one character again, who he was like, he would be like, if, well, for whatever it is, like basically all the patients were, I'm not going to say they were the gang, but they were one big group. Like everybody was pretty much cool with each other, right? But when it comes to, you know, whatever it is that they pulled off, he would be the brains of the operation, and Randall McMurphy would be the, you know, basically the person in charge. But anyway, back to like these two characters. Nurse Ratched was the antagonist. I said antagonist. My apologies. Right. And again, she was the one came down and imposed punishments on you know, the people within the mental hospital if they, you know, they violated, they did something they weren't supposed to, all that other sort of jazz. And Randall McMurphy was basically the one who to stand up to her. And I'll say this. No. He's not the first one, right? But he was the first one to do it consistently and to galvanize everybody, sort of kind of against her, right? Because like I'm talking about immediately as soon as he came in, like they like obviously they didn't really like Miss Ratched or whatnot, not too much. And as soon as he got in, he didn't like it. But he was the first one to actually put it to words and really bring it about the group or whatnot. Typically, they like everybody knew and felt that way for a long time. Nobody just said anything. Nobody said anything about it really. And that's what he brought. He brought a new air or whatnot amongst that group. I'm trying to think what else, but it is very, that is definitely one of my favorite books. He very, very charismatic character. As far as Nurse Ratched, she did. I think her role was to play the lead villain. Was to inflict punishment. Do whatever bad guys do. And now obviously, do I like the character? No, but I think she did what she was supposed to. Right? That's what I like. I'll say this. Do I like her in general? Like, do I like the character in general? No. Do I like the character as a villain? Yeah. They played a good villain. I ain't gonna lie. Even so much so to the point I remember, like, again, this was after Randall had done already he galvanized everybody against her, but she ended up what's it called, electroshock therapy. That was pretty big at the time, especially if somebody messed around and like I'm talking about like really like was just being bad and doing a whole lot of misconduct and all that in the eyes of Nurse Ratched. And she had him do the whole electroshock therapy like multiple times, enough so to the point that he was like the confident, charismatic, charming Randall McMurphy was no longer the case at the end of the text. But at that point it didn't matter, because again everybody got enough courage, enough gumption, enough within their system really to speak out and stand up against her. And even I don't quite remember how many, but I'll say this, right? Randall McMurphy was the protagonist, but he was not like he wasn't the narrator. So, and I remember, like, I don't know how many of the mental patients actually escaped. I do know that the narrator did escape. So, and that was because of Randall McMurphy's influence. So that's one story that I remember. Let me see how I'm doing on time again. Wow. Okay, just like that, I'm about to run out. Well, I got about a good 6 minutes. But I will get on to some of the other ones. Like, another text that I remember reading was My Life of Pi. No, not My Life of Pi, The Life of Pi. There's really two things I remember from that text. I remember the story takes place again out in East Asia, India specifically, and I remember there was like a point in time where Pi, there was like 3 different like religious leaders or something, right? I think Hinduism, Christianity. One was promoting Christianity. The other one might have been, I don't think it was Catholicism, but there was definitely 3 different ones, and they were all trying to push religion on him. And the father was there too. And I remember they were like, but you have to do this, and he was like, I just want to worship God. And the father was like, why don't we just let the child just worship God? Why don't we just leave it up to him? everybody calm down. Y'all getting a little too heated, because they was I remember that encounter too. They was going back and forth at each other's religion. It was like they was throwing low shots and everything. Right, and the father was just like, why don't everybody just calm down? it ain't gotta be like that, man. My G, it ain't gotta be like that. But and then I remember the second thing was he spent a lot of time like at sea. I don't quite know why I forget why he was at sea. I just know he was on a boat. Yeah, he was on a boat. And I know that he was on, like, there was like a tiger on there. Dang, I think it was like, it's got to be something. I don't know. It was like they was on a cruise or something like that. And there was like some confusion. All I know is that he ended up. All I know is that there was like a wolf or a hyena also on there on board, and there was like a tiger. And I get the wolf got handled and all that. If I remember correctly, I don't think Pi killed the tiger. I think that they at least developed some mutual understanding, and they both just sort of kind of coexisted on the little boat or the raft and all that. At least up until they got to shore. But some other texts that I made note of, again, just before the camera goes out. My name is Red. That was one. I remember reading that. Again, that was 11th grade. Oh, yeah. Just let me rewind. The Life of Pi. And it's funny, right? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That was like one of the books I had to read summer, I'd say 12th grade summer, like summer coming into 12th grade, right? And The Life of Pi was a book that we had to read 11th grade summer coming into 11th grade. But some of the other texts that really stood out to me was My Name is Red, The Crucible, Antigone. I like some of these. I might I'm going to mention. And I might mention a little bit, and there might be later episodes again where I revisit this discussion, because Antigone is not that is not one that I remember too much. But I just remember Creon. That's it was like a play, and I played Creon, and I thought that name was funny. It's like Creon Creon. I'm done. Who came up with that one? But yeah, and the last story that I made note of, this I actually just did this before I started talking and starting the episode. It was actually The Great Gatsby. That's another one. But hold on, let me see. One more. Okay. So yeah, it is going to end in about 2 minutes. All right. So I'm going to start up another video, whatnot. You guys definitely don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think best case scenario, or just going by how we're discussing, and I'm talking about these topics, I may be able to get through five of the questions or whatnot that I had proposed and went over and talked about. But one of them is very very interesting. Very interesting. I don't quite know. It's so interesting. I may. Ooh, dang, my phone. So so interesting to the point that if I may withhold it, right, and wait until the next one. I mean the next episode, and start it off like that. I think it, but you guys will definitely know or whatnot when I get to it. But let me see one more. Yeah, pretty soon this is going to what's it called, to expire, not expire, but basically max out in terms of how much I can record for this video. It only allows me to record up to 30 minutes per video, Like it'll allow me to do like a 30-minute video, then another 30-minute video, then typically an 8-minute video. My apologies. Let me set that. But yeah, man. Yeah. I just before it goes off, I would just like to say thank you guys just for tuning in. Again, I greatly appreciate it, and I'll make sure to reiterate this, you know, once I'm like actually finished. But you know, it's gonna cut off at some point. But you know,